Patty Mullen. When it comes to 80s cult classics, few faces lit up VHS shelves quite like Patty Mullen. A former Penthouse Pet of the Year, Patty wasn't just another pretty face. She brought a bold, mischievous energy that set her apart from the crowd. Her most iconic role? The unforgettable Frankenhooker in 1990, where she blended dark comedy with B-movie horror in a way no one else could. With her electric purple dress, wild hair, and wicked smile, Patty became an instant sensation, a perfect symbol of the campy, rebellious spirit that ruled the VHS era. What made her truly magnetic was her ability to be both sexy and hilarious without ever taking herself too seriously, a rare combination that fans adored. While mainstream Hollywood never fully capitalized on her unique charm, the underground scene embraced her, and she quickly gained cult status among VHS collectors and midnight movie lovers. Patty Mullen wasn't just a bombshell, she was a phenomenon, perfectly capturing the weird, wild magic of the 80s home video revolution. Her legacy proves that sometimes it's the boldest, most unexpected stars who leave the deepest mark on pop culture history. Lana Quigley. If there was ever a queen of 80s VHS horror, it was Linnea Quigley. With her punk rock attitude, fearless performances, and unforgettable scream, Linnea became the face of countless cult classics that flooded video store shelves. She first exploded into the spotlight with The Return of the Living Dead, where her wild, graveyard striptease scene became an instant legend. But Linnea wasn't just about shock value. She embodied the rebellious, edgy spirit of the era, turning low-budget horror into pure, gleeful chaos. Her roles in Night of the Demons, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and countless others made her a must-watch for every VHS collector looking for thrills with a wink of humor. What set Linnea apart was her fearless embrace of the outrageous. She leaned into the madness and made it iconic. She didn't just play the victim. She became a symbol of empowerment wrapped in fishnets and a devilish grin. Through every scream, every laugh, and every blood-soaked scene, Linnea Quigley defined what it meant to be an 80s bombshell, bold, unforgettable, and totally unapologetic. To this day, she remains a shining icon of that neon-drenched, wild VHS golden age. Michelle Bauer. When talking about the ultimate VHS-era bombshells, Michelle Bauer's name shines bright. A former Penthouse Pet turned B-movie queen, Michelle captured the wild, anything-goes spirit of the 80s with effortless charm. She exploded onto the home video scene with films like The Tomb, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama, embracing the campy, outrageous fun that defined the decade. Michelle wasn't just beautiful, she had a magnetic presence, blending innocence with just the right hint of danger, making it impossible to look away. Fans fell in love with her playful performances, where she could be simultaneously seductive, funny, and tough. In an era where VHS collectors craved offbeat, over-the-top entertainment, Michelle delivered pure gold, becoming a poster girl for late-night marathons and cult film conventions. She wasn't chasing mainstream fame. She was building a legacy on her own terms, in neon lights and splattered blood. Michelle Bauer didn't just star in movies, she made them unforgettable. Her fearless energy, self-aware humor, and undeniable charisma helped define an entire generation's obsession with the weird and wonderful world of 80s home video. Michelle wasn't just part of the scene, she was the scene. Brinke Stevens. In the neon-soaked world of 80s VHS horror, Brinke Stevens carved out a legacy that still echoes today. With her dark hair, mesmerizing eyes, and undeniable screen presence, Brinke wasn't just another scream queen. She was pure gothic elegance wrapped in B-movie madness. A trained marine biologist turned cult film star, Brinke brought intelligence and depth to roles that could have easily been one note. Whether she was fighting off monsters in the Slumber Party Massacre, facing supernatural terrors in Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama, or haunting audiences in Nightmare Sisters, Brinke gave every performance an eerie, unforgettable charm. On VHS shelves lined with wild horror covers, her name alone promised a perfect blend of beauty, mystery, and a little bit of camp. Brinke wasn't about over-the-top antics. She was the cool, haunting figure who drew you in deeper with every scene. Fans adored her not just for her looks, but for her ability to embody the fantastical, spooky spirit of 80s low-budget cinema. Brinke Stevens didn't just survive the chaos of the VHS era. She became one of its most treasured icons, a true queen of midnight movies and home video history. Cibil Danning. Few stars commanded the 80s VHS era quite like Sybil Danning. With her towering presence, fierce attitude, and unforgettable blonde mane, Sybil wasn't just a bombshell, she was a force of nature. Whether donning armor in Battle Beyond the Stars, or ruling the screen in Howling 2, Sybil exuded a powerful, no-nonsense charisma that made her a standout in every scene. In a decade obsessed with larger-than-life heroes and villains, Sybil carved her own unique path, often playing strong, seductive characters who were just as likely to throw a punch as they were to steal hearts. Video store shelves loved her because she symbolized the kind of bold, take-no-prisoners storytelling that the VHS era celebrated. Her iconic tough girl image was amplified by her real-world confidence and wit, making her a favorite among fans who craved both beauty and strength. Whether she was battling werewolves, leading rebels, or outsmarting foes, Cibil Danning brought a level of intensity few could match. She wasn't just part of the action, she was the action. In a sea of 80s bombshells, Cibil Danning stood tall, fierce, and utterly unforgettable, forever defining the golden age of home video. Cassandra Peterson. When it comes to 80s VHS royalty, Cassandra Peterson, better known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, reigns supreme. With her towering black beehive, plunging neckline, and razor-sharp wit, Cassandra turned Elvira into a full-blown pop culture phenomenon. She wasn't just a horror host, she was a one-woman brand, bringing cheeky humor, campy horror, and a wink of self-parody to living rooms across America. Her cult classic, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, became a VHS staple, blending gothic flair with outrageous comedy in a way that was pure 80s magic. What made Cassandra truly unforgettable was her ability to balance sex appeal with a hilarious, self-aware personality. She never played the damsel in distress. She owned the moment. Fans lined up for a taste of her spooky glam, and video store shelves were packed with her image, promising a wickedly good time. In a sea of scream queens, Elvira stood out like a neon sign on a dark highway. Cassandra Peterson didn't just thrive during the VHS boom. She defined it, forever etching her image into the hearts of fans who craved their horror with a side of sass and sparkle. Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie Anderson wasn't just a bombshell of the 80s. She was the epitome of glamour and charm that dominated both television screens and VHS shelves. Best known for her iconic role as Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati, Lonnie's dazzling smile, platinum blonde hair, and effortless comedic timing made her an instant fan favorite. At a time when the VHS market was exploding, compilations, TV specials, and movie appearances featuring Lonnie became hot rentals, bringing her magnetic presence straight into living rooms across the country. She perfectly embodied the polished, high-gloss allure of the decade, offering a mix of sophistication and playful wit that set her apart from other starlets. Lonnie wasn't just another pretty face. She was a smart, savvy performer who knew how to command attention without ever seeming over the top. Her later roles in films like Stroker Ace showcased her comedic chops even more, proving she could hold her own next to Hollywood heavyweights. In a world where larger-than-life personalities ruled, Lonnie Anderson carved out her own golden niche, an irresistible blend of elegance, humor, and star power that made her a true VHS-era icon.